They told a 40-year-old builder he was too old for boxing. They laughed at him. He lost his job, but he didn't quit. And he proved them all wrong. A once-renowned amateur Golden Gloves winner, Jerry Ferro lives a mundane, quiet life with his girlfriend Nicole in the suburbs of Los Angeles. Having given up on his dreams decades ago and drifting aimlessly through life, Jerry works part-time as a carpenter at a construction site where he meets his best friend Oswaldo Ozzy Sanchez, and part-time as a boxing instructor at a fitness center, where none of the youth know his glorious achievements and assume he got his nickname working as a handyman instead of his strong left-hand punches. One night, as he tries to fall asleep, Jerry suddenly realizes that he's turning 40 in just a few hours, panics, and wonders if there's still time to figure out his life before the big 40. However, before he can unpack and process any of this, his alarm blares, waking both him and Nicole. Now officially 40, Jerry wakes up, quickly shuts off the alarm, and starts preparing for work.
If you just get your contractor's license, you could set your own hours.
Jerry spends a few minutes in the kitchen searching for a coffee filter and comes up empty. Then, desperate and running out of time, Jerry uses one of Nicole's sanitary pads to filter his coffee, rushes out to his old beat-up truck, and drives to Ozzy's house to pick him up. There, the cheerful Ozzy wishes Jerry a happy birthday and gives him a commuter coffee mug as a gift. Jerry accepts the thoughtful gift, thanks his best friend profusely, and the duo drives to work.
Thought I'd go to my crappy job and get yelled at by my angry boss.
At the construction site, Jerry and Ozzy both work hard until their boss, Mike, arrives. Jerry ignores Mike's snarky comments and resumes his work alongside Ozzy until they take a break for lunch. Over lunch, the duo eats Ozzy's meal and discusses marriage and domestic life, but are soon interrupted.
You two get 10 minutes for lunch. You're way behind on this wall.
Behind what?
Behind schedule, dipshit. You know, Ferro, you think you're smarter than everyone because you got a quick tongue. But you're just a grunt working with illiterates amounting to nothing.
Leave him alone.
Oh, no habla retardo, Speedy Gonzalez. You know, you're lazy even for a Mexican.
Hey, Nicaragua.
Oh, well, same difference, Sanchez. Now, come on, get back to work.
Frustrated at Mike's endless remarks, Jerry goes inside and sets him up.
Ozzy.
Mike, somebody threw a belt sander at your windshield.
Ferro.
Mike, calm down. It's the heat. It's getting to both of us.
Despite following Jerry and running out of the site, Ozzy is annoyed they lost their jobs and sulks as Jerry drops him off. Noticing and understanding his best friend's pain, Jerry promises to get Ozzy a new job.
Why don't you have me and Ozzy come in here and spruce it up?
If you're looking for work, why don't you just add another class? And you're still the people's choice.
That's not going to help Ozzy.
I'm running a gym here, an unemployment agency.
The next day, as Jerry trains a young boxer, he's noticed by an Olympic boxing coach named Eddie Bell.
Training this guy?
No, I'm just babysitting until Manny gets back from Chicago. Who's that guy?
That's Jerry Ferro.
Long lefty with some pop. What's his class?
He does the evening class.
No, I mean what weight class?
Yeah, he was light heavy. Back in the day, he was pretty good.
Meanwhile, on the other side of the gym, a boxer named Malice Blake hits a heavy bag to the ground and celebrates his powerful punches with his friends. But Jerry has a different take on the matter.
Yeah, that's the same thing that's gonna happen to Taylor.
Wow, what do we got here?
Look at the sky, baby.
Wow. Who hangs a heavy bag with toggle bolts?
What?
God damn. No, I mean, you don't hang a heavy bag with toggle bolts right onto the drywall. You'd lag it into a ceiling joist. A good fart would take this thing down.
What? Hey, yo, man, you don't know shit about punching power, bitch.
Yeah, but I do know something about toggle bolts. You would use toggle bolts like if you're hanging like a hummingbird feeder, a picture, or a mobile, or like a wind chime or something like that. One of those dream catchers. North American Indians would use these. You drill a pilot hole, and you know, I use 1/2 inch, but some guys use 5/8, and you would.
Then, Eddie approaches Jerry and asks him to play a few rounds with Malice, but Jerry ridicules him until he offers him money.
How would you like to move a few rounds with Malice Blake?
Despite taking heavy hits in the first few minutes, Jerry quickly shifts gears, and to the annoyance of the crowd, Jerry knocks Malice out with his famous left punch.
All right, that's enough! That's enough! Hey, let's fight.
That was a slip, motherfucker! Don't go saying you knocked Malice Blake to the canvas!
Did you fellas see me knock Malice Blake to the canvas?
I guess Jerry still got it. Then, as Jerry nurses his wounds, Eddie approaches him.
You got a heavy left hand. How come I haven't seen you before? Listen, I'm taking a look at some prospects tomorrow morning for the Olympic trials.
Thinking it's all too good to be true and not wanting to go down the familiar road only to be ridiculed because of his age, Jerry ignores this and continues training boxers.
Step out with the jab, little step with the jab, and then boom! Turn the hips.
During his class, Jerry meets a young public defender named Lindsay Pratt, falls for her at first sight, and tries to make conversation.
How'd you get your shiner?
Oh, let's just say a client got a little out of hand.
I feel like prostitution should be legal, you know?
I'm a lawyer, public defender.
Oh yeah, no, I figured that. I'm just saying, you know, apropos of nothing. It's a victimless crime, you know.
How'd you get yours?
Trick got out of hand on Santa Monica Boulevard.
Then, one of his trainees approaches Jerry and tells him about his upcoming tournament.
Oh, I'm ready for this one. It's the gay games.
Yeah, but Jeff, you're not gay.
No, but they don't check. That's the beauty of it. I figure I'll get a little competitive experience, you know? Kick a little ass.
I don't know. I've seen some of those guys. They're pretty ripped.
Come on. You think I'm gonna lose to a guy who enters the ring to Barbra Streisand?
I think he'd lose to Barbra Streisand.
Come on. I've learned from the best.
Later, as the day concludes, Jerry goes home and tells Nicole about his day, but she's neither impressed nor sympathetic and scolds him for refusing to get his contractor's license, which will allow him to run his own site.
Another year has come and gone, and you've done nothing. You just quit your job.
This isn't working, Jerry.
By the end of his 40th birthday, Jerry ends up losing his job, his girlfriend, and his place, as Nicole throws him out. Hence, Jerry takes his album, which is his only meaningful earthly possession, and heads to Ozzy's place to spend the night. There, Jerry finds Ozzy hosting a party for his family and joins in.
Hey, Jerry, the best boxer I know, man.
I'm the only boxer you know, but thanks, buddy.
That night, after everyone retires to bed, Jerry ignores Ozzy's advice to take some rest and stays up into the wee hours of the night, going through pictures and newspaper clippings that followed his career trajectory. While reading each headline of his impeccable and glorious boxing triumphs, his heart breaks as he is forced to look back and think about his life, all the missed opportunities, the what-ifs, and the what-could-have-beens he had successfully suppressed for the last 2 decades of his life. Agonized, Jerry gulps down multiple cans of beer, and as he continues flipping through the clippings, he comes across the articles that blamed him for destroying the nation's Olympic hopes and dreams, and suddenly feels crushed by the weight of inexplicable guilt. To add insult to injury, Jerry then finds stories mocking his fall from grace and winces in pain before falling asleep on the couch. The next morning, Ozzy wakes Jerry up and encourages him to head to Eddie's boxing gym, and Jerry reluctantly agrees. Upon arrival, Jerry notices the young boxing talents and feels like a fish out of water in his once rightful sanctuary.
Are you his legal guardian?
No, I'm a boxer.
This ain't no open call. You have to be invited.
Eddie invited me himself.
Well, I guess he's getting desperate.
Then, Coach Eddie gathers all of the boxers and prepares them for tryouts.
France has won as many gold medals as the United States in the last 2 Olympics. France, for Christ's sake. Today we're going to find out if anyone here might have what it takes to change that in 2008. Let's get started.
Then, still heavily hungover and exhausted, Jerry ignores the coach's advice to postpone the tryout and prepares to fight. But before it even starts, he ends up puking his guts out. Then, he gathers himself. And once the fight starts, despite taking a few hits at first, Jerry soon punches his opponent and knocks him out. If that's Jerry hungover, imagine what he could do if he really tried. Later, as Jerry nervously waits in line to see Coach Eddie and discuss his performance, he tries to occupy his pacing mind by chatting with fellow boxers. Then, after a long wait, he gets called into the coach's office.
I'd like to see what you could do if you took care of yourself. I want you to lose 15 pounds and be ready to fight at 178 in a month.
What's in a month?
The regionals in Phoenix. Congratulations.
Jerry takes a moment to process the rare second chance he has been offered and motivates himself to give it all he has. Then, Jerry goes to the fitness center and starts exercising so that he can reach his goal quickly. With his professional life on track, Jerry summons all of his courage to ask Lindsay out for dinner and approaches her. After a few minutes of chit-chat, Lindsay accepts the date, but to Jerry's disappointment, reschedules it to a lunch date, as she is busy at work most evenings.
Oh, just pick me up at noon tomorrow. What's the big deal?
Oh, the dreaded day date.
Oh, come on. What is so bad about a day date?
What's so bad about it? It's not a date. It's an outing at best.
Jerry girlfriend leaving him.
Excuse me?
Jerry girlfriend leaving him.
She...
My girlfriend.
Oh.
We broke up.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Have you guys met? Lindsay? Loudmouth? Loudmouth? Lindsay?
When?
She left, it's been a while. Wednesday. She technically moved out on Wednesday, but she checked out a year before that. We both did.
Wow.
It's been a while.
Well, I'll see you at noon.
All right.
Bye-bye.
The next day, Jerry goes to the boxing gym and meets Eddie's top light heavyweight contender, Robert Brown.
You? Good. I'm glad you guys got to know each other because you're going to be spending a lot of time together. Let's get to work.
Hold on, coach, man. You can't be serious. This dude's like 40 years old.
I'm standing right here. I can hear what you're saying.
Coach, man, you want to give a 40-year-old black guy a shot?
Yeah, Coach, when is the black man finally going to get a fair shake in the fight game?
Come on, let's get a little lather going.
The training starts soon, and Jerry and Eddie compete aggressively in every activity. A few days later, now feeling better about his life and his purpose, Jerry prepares for his lunch date with Lindsay and buys her some roses.
The door's a little sticky on the passenger side, so
We'll go over here. Right, here we go.
Jerry then goes to Lindsay's place to pick her up.
And because the door's been flying open on left-hand turns, so I'll give you a little bungee action.
Okay.
There.
Thank you.
And it's off we go. The La Brea tar pits. Wow, this date's officially been downgraded to a field trip.
Come on. What's wrong with the La Brea tar pits? I've lived in LA for 6 years. I've never been. I really want to see them.
You want to see them?
Yeah.
You want to see them? Close your eyes and picture a giant pit filled with used transmission fluid. We've been there.
On the date, Jerry nervously talks non-stop as they visit the local tar pit. And instead of being turned off by his chattiness as he feared, luckily, Lindsay is endeared by his nervousness and finds him amusing.
Well, that reminds me, it is loincloth season. I gotta get into shape.
The duo then gets to know each other better. And Jerry confesses that he didn't have a good reason for ruining his career and explains that he was too young and naive to understand the consequences of his actions. After hearing Jerry out without any judgment, Lindsay shares that she loves her work as a public defender, as she always wanted to stand up for the underdogs. After spending the whole afternoon together, Jerry drops Lindsay off, but fails to make a plan for a follow-up date due to their busy schedules. Then, the duo bids each other farewell, promises to meet in boxing class, and calls it a day.
Here. I got it.
For the next week, Jerry focuses on working out and exercising regularly so that he can lose some weight and reach his target, but fails miserably and instead ends up gaining 3 pounds, which annoys the coach.
Seen guys like you before. You're one of those 95%ers who never quite gives it everything he's got.
Actually, I'm a 75%er who's given you an extra 20%.
Get out of here.
Jerry then heads to the fitness center to teach boxing, while eagerly waiting for Lindsay to arrive, to no avail. Jerry ignores the sinking feeling in his stomach and continues wishfully waiting to see Lindsay in each of his next 3 classes, and after hearing nothing from her, gives up. He then takes Lindsay's absence personally, wonders if his lack of money and ambition had pushed her away, and is gutted to realize that he may have lost her. With regionals 10 days away, Jerry and Robert continue training with Coach Eddie, who's not impressed by their progress.
Okay, let's keep the feet moving, keep the elbows in and your hands up. And time!
Then, as they face off with each other during training, the fight gets violent, and the coach is forced to separate his candidates while giving them a final warning. Later, Jerry stays back in the boxing gym and helps a young fighter named Victor with his technique. Seeing this from afar and annoyed, Robert mocks Jerry's fitness and puts him down as someone who will never reach his dreams.
Whoever does not love his brother cannot love God. And whoever loves God must love his brother.
He ain't my brother, but he sure is heavy. You ain't gonna never make 178, fat boy.
Enraged, Jerry takes a moment for himself to take it all in and decides he will not let the negativity get him down, and instead decides to use it to inspire him, and promises himself to see his journey through this time. Hence, he starts following a healthier diet and brings Ozzy on board as his trainer. For the next few days, Jerry vigorously exercises with the help of Ozzy, who wholeheartedly supports him. After a few grueling days, Jerry is ecstatic to finally reach 178 pounds and pats himself on the back. Seeing Jerry's progress, Robert feels threatened about his position in the coach's team and talks to Coach Eddie about his concerns.
Every great champion had someone to push him. Robinson had LaMotta, Archie Moore had Joey Maxim, Zaylen Graziano had each other.
Who are those guys?
Listen, 2 of your biggest challenges for the goal are tall lefties like Jerry. Now, I could pay him $100 a day to spar with you, or I could let him think he's got a shot at making the team and get him for free. Trust me, working with Jerry every day is gonna help you win a gold medal. You're my light heavyweight, huh?
Okay, coach.
This is so cruel, I feel for Jerry. Despite Jerry's busy training schedule, he can't get Lindsay out of his mind and tries to figure out a way to see her without coming off as obsessed and throwing her off. Then, after thinking about it long and hard, knowing Lindsay's dedication to help the underdogs, Jerry devises a scheme and goes to the courthouse to see her. However, despite the carefully laid out plan, Lindsay sees right through it.
How about dinner tomorrow night? Pick me up at 8.
Works for me.
Oh, and Jerry? You could have just called.
The next day, Lindsay and Jerry go out to dinner and get to know each other better.
Got the name not because I'm a carpenter, but because I knocked this kid out many years ago.
Then, by the time the check arrives, Lindsay cites that she knows Jerry recently lost his job and offers to share the bill with him. Jerry appreciates his date's concerns but politely refuses the offer after sharing that he has picked up extra boxing classes and has gotten a job renovating the fitness center with Ozzy. The duo spends the evening getting along really well, and Jerry is relieved to see that Lindsay finds even his most ridiculous ideas amusing, and hence continues to learn as much as he can about her.
Did a perp really take a swing at you?
Oh, not exactly. They offered us a plea bargain. I said he should take it. He got mad, threw my scales of justice paperweight at me. I ducked and hit my head on the desk.
You know, when my boss was attacking me with a pickaxe, I tendered my resignation right then and there on
He got mad, threw my scales of justice paperweight at me. I ducked and hit my head on the desk.
Later, as the duo concludes their evening, Lindsay wishes him luck on his upcoming trip to Arizona for regionals. On his way back home, Jerry thinks about his blooming career and Lindsay, and smiles as he feels his life is finally on the right track for the first time in 20 years. The next morning, Jerry prepares to leave on the road trip with Robert, Victor, and Ozzy, while the coach opts to fly and meet the group there.
We could use a little extra help in the corner. Yeah?
Yeah.
Ozzy!
Coach. Now you get your rest and stay focused. Basically, this should be just a walkover for you. Okay. Give you a chance to work on some of the things I taught you, okay?
Okay. Come on, the party patrol's leaving!
On the way to Arizona, Jerry and Robert annoy each other and argue about everything.
Coach Bell says 2 fighters from each weight division can advance, so we may both move on to the Nationals.
Look, man, maybe after I knock you out, we can spend some time really connecting. But in the meantime, this ain't no Big Brother program.
That's good. Take that energy, take that hostility and harness it. Use it. You got the eye of the asshole, my brother.
After traveling for a few hours, the group arrives and checks out their competition. Then, Victor leads everyone in prayer, and they all get ready for their respective fights.
Jesus Christ, that guy's an amateur?
It's Darius Reese. Coach Bell said he'd make sure he's not in my bracket, so I don't have to worry about him to the Nationals.
Yeah, perfect.
Anybody want us to notify? Next to kin, significant other. Are you an organ donor?
Then, Robert talks to Coach Eddie about Jerry.
That's one cold draw he got with Reese.
He served his purpose. You just worry about what you have to do.
Hey, Coach, don't let him get hurt too bad.
Is Robert starting to sympathize with Jerry? Coach Eddie then tapes up Jerry and gives him some tips on how to fight the intimidating champion Reese.
This guy was not the #1 ranked amateur 5 years ago for nothing.
I gotta pee.
I just taped your gloves.
Then, with the coach refusing to help, it's once again up to Ozzy to come to Jerry's rescue. What a best friend. Talk about through thick and thin. Then, as soon as the fight begins, it becomes quite apparent that Jerry is no match for the champion, and he receives a heavy blow. Ozzy and Coach Eddie stay by Jerry's corner, supporting and motivating him.
Ozzy!
Sorry.
Then, as the last round comes around, the coach starts showing his true colors.
I gotta get going.
What do you mean?
I gotta go tape Robert. I listen, when you're finished here, come on over and root for Robert.
This triggers Jerry unexpectedly, and all of a sudden, all of the negativity he received in his life echoes in his mind. Luckily, Ozzy soon returns and cheers him on for the last round. Then, Jerry grounds himself and keeps the promise he made to himself by channeling all the negativity and using it to fuel him. He then gets up and, within a few seconds, knocks the champion out. Good for you, Jerry. As Ozzy celebrates this unlikely feat with all his heart, Coach Eddie watches on from afar and freezes in shock as he realizes that his plan is starting to backfire. As they wrap up the competition, Jerry calls Lindsay and leaves a message on her voicemail, detailing his success.
Are you sprinting? Are you sprinting to the phone? Can you hear me?
Robert also wins his matches, and the group celebrates together. As the days go by, Robert and Jerry start getting along with one another.
Hey, yo, hand me the keys, man. I'll drive.
I don't mind. I got it.
No, man, I needed my rest on the way out here, dog. I can drive back. Hand me the keys.
No problem. I got it.
It's like that, Jim? Come on, man. I got this, baby.
That night, as Jerry dozes off, Robert sees the police following him, panics, frantically wakes Jerry up, and after explaining that he has a warrant out for him, begs him to change seats with him. Feeling cornered, Jerry reluctantly agrees and prepares a list of excuses for speeding on the highway.
Driving too slow can be just as dangerous as driving too fast. Slowpokes like yourself place other drivers in tight spots. You may think you're being extra cautious, but actually you're putting everyone else in jeopardy. Imagine a large boulder sitting in the middle of a travel lane on a dark highway, and you might just get an idea of how dangerous this kind of driving can be.
Bewildered by the ordeal, Jerry scolds Robert.
37. What are we, like 20 feet from Phoenix? 37!
In the next few days, Jerry continues training hard with Robert while hanging out with Lindsay in his free time and building a relationship. Then one day, Lindsay informs him that she's received an attractive job offer.
I'm flying up tomorrow to meet with the partners. I'm weighing my options a little bit.
You know what the annual rainfall is in Seattle?
A lot?
Yes. It's underwater like 9 months out of the year. You'd essentially be moving into an aquarium. You want to live in that castle with the bubbles coming out of the chimney?
It's a lot more money.
What about the tar pits? Your beloved tar pits. You think they have tar pits in Seattle? No, they don't have big holes filled with tar. That's us, baby. That's LA.
Look, I'm not a 24-year-old idealist fresh out of law school anymore, you know? I mean, it's a really good firm.
Disheartened, Jerry heads to the boxing gym to blow off some steam and meets with Robert.
Hey, Jerry, man, hold up. I got something else to tell you.
What's going on?
Coach Bell's not been straight up with you.
Enraged, Jerry marches into the coach's office and questions him about his intentions.
Sparring partner.
And a damn good one, too. You know how much better Robert's gotten working with you?
I didn't sign up to be someone's sparring partner.
Hey, you ate a lot of leather in Phoenix. We're moving up in class now. You could really get hurt.
I knocked out Darius Reese in Phoenix.
Hey, who are we kidding? That was a fluke. You had the key to his roller skates. Look, the point is, I gotta choose my date for the prom. And it's Robert. I can't take you both.
Once again, despite how hard he has worked, Jerry stands on the verge of losing both his girlfriend and his career at the same time, and his mind spirals with the familiar dread. A few days later, while Lindsay is in Seattle for her job interview, Jerry rushes to Ozzy, and after convincing him that Mike's on board, he takes him along as he steals some lumber from Mike and prepares to work on Lindsay's house. Then, with his supportive best friend by his side, Jerry builds Lindsay a deck, on top of which he writes a message, asking her to stay with him. Lindsay returns home a few days later and is pleasantly surprised by the gesture, as no one has done anything like this for her. It's so nice to see Jerry finally fight for what he wants. The next day, Mike catches up with Jerry and corners him.
Hold him still. Now you tell me where you stashed it or I'm slamming this door on the count of 3.
Mike, don't show off.
1.
Come on, Mike.
2.
Seriously, Mike, come on.
Problem?
Then, Jerry and Robert hang out discussing their career.
So that's it.
You gotta worry about yourself now, man. Bell reins you in. You gotta let your hands go.
Come on, Jerry, man. Don't change the subject.
I'm just saying, you got a lot of ability. You gotta think about your pro career.
I actually think you're relieved you don't have to go.
A few days later, Lindsay visits Jerry at the gym and, after thanking him, informs him that she has decided to take the job in Seattle. Heartbroken, Jerry masks his emotions and wishes her luck as she walks out of his life forever. Jerry then continues working odd jobs with Ozzy, who optimistically encourages him to pursue his fighting career. With motivation from Ozzy and Robert, Jerry continues working towards nationals, and even on his busiest day at work, exercises at night. Soon, Jerry heads to nationals and begins his most important journey.
Looks like I won't be seeing you till the finals.
Jerry, what's happening, man? Oh, don't worry. I'll be there.
Another clinic by Robert Brown. And Jerry Ferro's remarkable run continues. Ferro advances.
After a series of victories, both Jerry and Robert reach the finals. And as they prepare to face off, Robert comforts Victor, who had recently been knocked out.
Jerry told me that even Mike Tyson lost in Olympic qualifying.
It's true.
He also said that I have a bright future.
And you should listen to him. I mean, a guy that old, with arms that skinny, man, that punched that hard, he gotta know something.
I pray for you both tonight.
Thanks, brother.
Right before the fight, Ozzy gives Jerry a personalized robe and marches with him to the ring, where Robert and the coach await. Soon, Jerry receives an encouraging note from Lindsay, who has abandoned her move and has come to watch him, and finally feels at peace. Moments later, the fight starts, and the two friends and boxers, who are at the opposite ends of their careers, face off. In the first couple of rounds, Robert excels and lands a few knocks.
And down goes Ferro. This could be it.
As the fight progresses, Robert can no longer stand the coach's inhuman cruelty towards Jerry.
You stay away from this guy for 4 minutes and you're going to the Olympics. Now get on your bicycle. He's too old and too slow to catch you.
What hand would you like me to use?
Man, whatever, you know. You need like an hour, man.
I don't know. I go right, I go left. I'll tell you what, I'll surprise you. Okay, how about that?
Okay, man.
And finally snaps and shocks him by subtly firing him on the spot. At the last round, Jerry responds well and, after a few rocky moments, hits Robert. But just as the young boxer is about to pass out, Jerry blocks out the cheers from the crowd, pushing him to settle the fight once and for all, and stops. Then, instead of landing the final blow, winning the match, and claiming his rightful title in a surprising turn of events, Jerry hugs Robert and lets him win.
And it's over!
Why don't you listen to me, kid?
Because I don't need you.
Oh, is that so? Well, you're gonna find out who needs who around here. Small-time punk.
Hey, the champion! I know, man! I'm proud to you, man! I'm proud to you!
It seems Jerry has passed the torch to Robert. Finally proud of himself for honoring his own promise, Jerry frees himself from the shackles of self-doubt and decades of regret that have been weighing him down. A few months later, at a party, with Lindsay and Ozzy by his side, Jerry joyfully shares the construction plans for his new gym, where he plans to train Robert and Victor, and, for the first time in his life, looks forward to the future.